Hey guys, and welcome to another Let's Chat Aqua. Sorry about that. I'm a little ill prepared because I got caught up talking in Facebook Messenger. So I hope everyone's doing good out there. We are at 5 viewers. Nice. So nice good start. Basically, this live chat we're going to talk about teaching the ways of the betta. Mostly about, I guess, teaching me here. Here's how we're going to set this up. Right, for those that might come back and watch this stream, I wanted it to be, informative at least for the first half of the live stream, and then we could go and chit chat for whatever. But so last night I pretended I was, a noob to bettas, which I kind of am. I mean, I kept bettas once or twice in my life, but nothing like really huge or anything. Never really got into the specifics of keeping a betta. So I think I said it right. Betta, right? Not beta? For all those grammar Nazis out there. But anyway, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do in sections. We're going to take one section. I'm going to go and talk about what I've researched, what I found. And then I'm going to go to you guys, the audience, and then we'll talk. And I want to hear from you guys about what your take is on it. Anything that I might have missed. Anything that you might want to dispel. Any information you might want to dispel. Or what have you. So before we begin, thank you for joining us, guys. And hold on a second here. I need to put Jenny Lee up. There we go. And welcome, guys. So first thing we're gonna talk about is the betta itself. Now my mods are in the chat right now doing their thing. So thank you, mods. And if you guys can check out their channels if they have one. Sometimes they don't have one. I don't know why. It happens that way. I try to get them to do videos. But anyways, hi SO, hi Brittany, Adrian, Patricia, my mod, Bald and Dangerous. How you doing there, buddy? And let's see here. Oh, 14 watching, 12 watching. Nice. Okay, so here, we're going to start. Bettas. They are from Southeast Asia. I keep forgetting where my camera is. I keep looking over there because my third monitor is up there. And it gives me all the information that's coming in the stream and stuff. So, comes from Southeast Asia. It's also known as the Jewel of the Orient. Okay, it makes its home in rice paddies, drainage ditches, and warm floodplains, and they live on and off in different, I guess, environments of water. It could be small bodies of water, could be even big puddles or what have you, drainage ditches. And then, the plains get flooded again. They have a lot of room to, swim in. And then it goes on and on, right? So, but they do, and I shouldn't go with it because we're going to go through the myths later, but they do live in large bodies of water, like streams and stuff, okay? And that's important to remember. We'll go over that in a bit. They're used to the storming, the floodings, and the droughts, okay? And they're really hardy because what they are called labyrinth fishes, okay? They breathe from the air and oxygen through their gills. So that makes them very hardy and able to survive in oxygen deficient waters, okay? So that's what makes them really hardy a lot of times. And that's one of the misconceptions we will dispel later. They usually live about 2 to 3 years, but I hear 3 to 4 years. But sometimes they do live longer, sometimes even known to be living into the teen years. Okay, they like temperatures between 76 degrees and 82 degrees. And I thought this was really interesting, is that they got their name from an ancient clan of warriors called the Bettas, B-E-T-T-A-H. So I tried to do more research on the clans of this clan, but I couldn't get it. I didn't have enough time to get to it. But I definitely want to check that out. They got popular as fighting fishes in Thailand in the mid 1800s. Okay, and it became such a really popular sport that the king of Siam had it regulated and taxed. So that was really cool. So, imagine yourself going down the street and how, some people you see throwing dice or what have you. And these people are like fighting fish. So, I mean, it sucks for the fish, but it's pretty cool. They made bets not on who beat the crap out of the other fish more, but rather they bet it on the fish that are they came out the strongest. You know, that even though if they're all beat up, as long as they look strong and vibrant, they usually win. I don't know exactly how the rules are. I'm not really interested in finding that out, but it's still, you know, just interesting to learn in the first place. Yeah, that is about the betta that I have researched, that I have written down. So let's go to my audience, and hopefully there's a lot of betta busters. Remember, that's what I'm calling the betta people. That keeps bettas. Okay, and let's go ahead and take a look. What do you guys think? Anything I missed? Anything you guys want to add? Okay, end of flight. Now that I'm a betta group on Facebook, the betta bug is starting to grow on me, and thinking of getting another. Oh dear. You know what, Ender? Last night, when I was researching all this, I actually started going, whoa, this is actually kind of cool. Now I see why people have all these different betta tanks, housing and keeping and taking care of all these different bettas. So that, and we're going to go through the type of bettas in the next section. But I thought that was really, really cool how there was just so much more than betta. I thought it was just a pretty fish, right? But obviously there's tons more of it into this. Just pretty much like any fish, like discus and everything too as well. But here, let's see. Once you get into betta fish, you'll get the betta fish syndrome. Oh, for sure. I could see how that is, Jenny. Hey, welcome, Victor. Good to see you on the chat. Adrian says, my crown tail is my centerpiece fish in my 55. That's the thing. Crown tail is a type of betta for those that aren't that into bettas. But there is actually different types of bettas, and we'll go through that in a bit. But I thought it was really interesting. It mostly has to deal with the shape of the fins and stuff. But, yeah. Hey, Cranium Rex, welcome to the live chat. Yeah, I'm actually starting. Okay, so the minimum tank size they say is to keep the betta in 2.5 gallons, but now people are starting to say 5 gallons. I can understand that. I like to make a lot of rooms for my fish, whatever fish I keep, if I'm going to be serious about keeping any fish. And 2.5 just seems too little. 5 is like, it seems to me a good amount. I don't know. I'm not a betta. I haven't lived my life in betta. I don't think my past life was a betta. So, you know, I'm just going to have to go with it. The more bigger size, the better. Now, I know Dusty on his channel said that people in Germany, that their standards for betta tanks are 10 gallons. I could see that. Bigger the better. Bigger the better is always good for any fish. But, yeah. Cranium Rex, I have 3 bettas, all in 10-gallon planted tanks. Nice. I think that's the standard going, as Dusty has said, in Germany. Congo says he's got 1 betta in quarantine, but he's got it in a 10-gallon planted tank. So it seems like 10 gallons seems to be the average nowadays for a lot of people. I mean, but 5 gallons I think was pretty good too. Now, my betta tank I'm going to start with is a 5-gallon. I'm going to de-rim that. I have a whole theme going. And I actually have a name for the tank, the build, the aquascape itself. I'm not actually going to name my betta that theme. But there's actually 2 themes. I don't know which one I'm going to go with. And the name of the theme. And the name kind of, for me, when I do an aquascape and I have to name it, that name has to match a theme or match some kind of feeling or memory to it. But anyways, I will explain that later. Brittany says there are common misconceptions that because bettas are aggressive towards each other means that they can't be housed with any fish. My marble veil tail is happier and healthier with tank mates. That we'll go over in a bit, but Brittany is right. That is a big misconception. They're usually mostly aggressive towards each other. So thank you for that, Brittany. See. Bettas can live with platy, motties, neon tetras, but not tiger barbs. No, tiger barbs are fin nippers. Again, yeah, you guys are jumping ahead, but that's okay. Well, we're going to go through all that too. Germany standards on minimums always bigger and better. Brittany says that, and that is true. It seems like people in Europe have higher standards for aquariums, which makes a lot of sense. Their standards in aquascaping is pretty high too. And when you enter a Dutch style contest, Dutch style tank contest, aquascaping contest, they literally mean follow the damn rules. You know, I believe it's 2 inches between each section of plants and stuff like that. I mean, they really get into it. So they're really into the technical parts of aquariums and fish keeping. And the flight says some fish do not seem to like smaller spaces, though. I heard of a betta who was only happy in a jar, but that's experienced keepers who take good care of them. Right, that's for experienced keepers who take good care of them. So yeah, that's a good point there too. Like people, each fish has their own personality. Some like it big, some don't, which could be taken another way, but I will not go there. Let's see here. That too. If they make a bubble nest, it's a misconception. It means they're happy. We're actually going to go. That's actually a whole section that we're going to go through too. Right now we're talking about anything that I might have forgotten about betta fishes. I got Torii Gate decoration from my Amazon came in shattered, so if I can't fix it, I'm going to go a different one. Only out $5. Okay, I'm not sure what that one was for bettas. But anyways, yeah, thank you for the feedback, guys. We're gonna go ahead and move on. Now, this is something new I'm trying, guys. So bear with me here. Next thing we're gonna talk about is the type of bettas, and we'll go into this, and I'm probably gonna need a lot of help here with that. Okay. So the first type of betta we are going to talk about is the veiltail. The veiltail pretty much have long, wavy, swooping tails. You see here, and that's pretty much the most common bettas you'll see in a lot of stores and stuff. Okay, and they come in variety colors and patterns, and that's just a whole new, different thing about bettas. Not whole new, but a whole different thing is their patterns and colors and stuff. But we're going through the types right now. Next type we're going to talk about is the half moon. Half moons are kind of one of my favorites. I like them because they have a large tail, and when they flare, usually when they flare when they're trying to mate or show off to a mate, their tail looks like a half moon because it displays all the way around like a half moon. So there you go. I don't know how else to explain that. Okay. Now there is the second type of betta called the over half moon, and the over half moons are even more flourishy. Okay, it's like the half moon, but it extends over the 180 degrees angle on their tail. So you get this really flourishing, like round looking betta. Totally love that. And the next betta we're going to talk about is the comb tail. And like the crown tails, they're I don't know what I wrote here, but they're really frilly. You see how their tail's spiky. Okay, and it kind of looks like a crown. That's why they call it the crown tail. And that's a really cool look too. And this is what I'm saying about when I was doing the research last night. I was like, now I understand why people want to keep all these different types of bettas and betta tanks. And I don't know. Hopefully I don't get the bug because I got so many tanks that I need to build up. Okay. See here. Now we are looking. Did I mess up on the crown tail? No, this is half moon. This is a crown tail. Yeah, this is a crown tail. We're going to the comb tail now. That's the comb tail. Comb tail is like the crown tail. I think I read the wrong thing, guys. Sorry. It's like the crown tail, except that if you notice, the web is a little higher on the fins, so the spikes are a little shorter. Okay, and that's a variant, I guess, of the crown tail, which is kind of cool. The next thing, which one we're going to look at is the double tail. This is really cool. I like the whole look of the double tail, and there's very different types of double tails out there. But that's one of the ones I'm looking at too. I'm looking at a double tail or half moon or a butterfly, and we'll get to a butterfly later. Next one we're going to talk about is the delta and the super delta. And basically it's the shape of the fins that makes it look like a delta. Okay, a regular delta, the fins aren't as, I guess, angled wide, and the super delta has a more super wide angle, about 120 to 160 degrees, and that's how they differentiate the different type of deltas. Okay, and the second one, or the next one we're going is the half sun. Okay, the half sun is a combo of a crown tail and a half moon. Okay, so it's not as frilly, the points. Okay, it's more, how would you say it? It's like a sun. You know, when you're drawing a sun, it's not like long spikes. It's like small and very numerous spikes. How's that? And it makes it look like a sun. I hope I'm explaining this stuff right. I suck at explaining sometimes if I don't think about it. All right, next thing we're going to talk about is the short-finned, also known as the placat. And of course, it gets its name from having short fins, as opposed to the other type of bettas. Okay. Next one is one of my favorites is the rose tail. I love this. This is gorgeous. The rose tail is just variation of the half moon. It has excessive branching on the rays of the fins, which cause a lot of overlapping and a lot of flow to the fins. So it literally looks like a rose. Okay, and in relation to the rose tail, we have the feathered tail. The feathered tail is even more branchy and more flowy. So after a while, you kind of look at it and go, well, where's the damn fish? Because all you see is the fins sometimes. So I really want a rose or feather tail. They are so pretty. Next one we're going to talk about is the spade tail. And of course, obviously from what you see here, the tail is the shape of a spade. So that's why it's called the spade tail. Okay, and finally we have Dumbo ears. And it's because of, I believe, the pectoral fins is what they call it. It is expanded and wavy. So it makes it look like it has Dumbo ears, like an elephant. So there you guys have it. The different styles of the betta. So I would like to hear from the audience, all you betta busters there. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Did I miss any? What is your favorite? Okay, and that's the problem, I think. I think I had to pose the question earlier before I actually finished the section so that I could get the questions coming in. Who start again? Oh, God, I am missing the conversations. That's one of the things. Well, when I'm explaining this stuff, I miss the conversations in the chat. Brittany says she needs more bettas. How many bettas do you have, Brittany? I didn't see earlier if you mentioned it. But yeah. Crown tails make me... Enderflight says crown tails make him think that it is ripped fins. But I can see the appeal. They aren't that bad. I got warmed up to them. I don't know. Yeah, they do look like ripped fins, but... I don't know. I think they still look pretty cool. Yeah, also, guys, let me know. Do they also mix this up? See, because if you look, I've looked at some pictures and I've seen something that could be a rose tail Dumbo ear kind of thing. Does it get mixed up? Do they mix it all up? That's pretty cool. That's like build your own betta. They have half moon placats. Nice. So I guess they do mix it up. Congo's favorite bettas is koi coloring. Says I'm a goldfish and koi person at heart. Yeah, that's kind of cool too. Also, Brittany has 6 each in their own tail. So you have 6 10-gallon tanks housing 6 bettas. That's that's a lot of tanks after a while. That's pretty cool. Yeah, isn't that... I don't know if that's mean or not, but when you have such flowy fins on these bettas, like for example, Underflight says my favorites are probably Rosetail, but I feel kind of bad since my half moon's so weighed down by the finnage. I mean, does that make it harder for the fish to live, or just to swim around? No. Enderflight says you've seen Dumbo half moons before. That's cool. That is cool. Oh, John Bear is in the house. How you doing, John Bear? Hey, Neek. Neek Mo. I do believe I have a Dragon Scale Dumbo Delta Crown Betta. Wow, just mix it all up. I have the Godzilla of bettas. Right? Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is the compatible tank mates, and Jenny actually covered this earlier. A lot of people think that you can't keep bettas with other fishes. You can. Just got to watch out what fish they are. It can't be another betta. obviously, because they fight, or they fight mainly for dominance, because that's just their mating habits, okay? But they can live with other tank mates. Mostly peaceful tank mates, like Corydalis, peaceful bottom dwellers, platies, rasboras, smaller tetras. But most importantly, you have to make sure no fin nippers and no territorial type of fishes. I do have a question. Do you think they could live with discus? All right, so if anyone has a question out there on the chat, school me. School us. You think they can live with discus or not? And also let me know if you have anything else to add. What other good tank mates are they good for that I have not mentioned, or Jenny hasn't mentioned earlier in the chat? Okay. But yeah, I like to do more of these, not just bettas, but different fishes, different plants, I think, different topics where, you come and school me, quote unquote, and get a lot of opinions from the audience, or from, the watchers and the viewers. And hopefully people will learn from it, because I'm not the only one that knows all this stuff. You guys do too. I just, have a platform to share it with, so I'm going to use my platform to help you guys share your information with other people. And hopefully you guys who are watching later can see the chat scroll by. So if you see them answering any questions, most of these people that join my chat knows a lot of information. They not only learn from me, they learn from each other, they teach each other. So that's a great thing about this community. Mark Osmar Veil Tail is a couple of dwarf bristle nose and with a couple of dwarf bristle nose in 5 gallons. Okay. Keep my plaquettes with coolie loaches. Nice red cherry shrimp and snails in a 20-gallon long. And you guys, huge question. I was waiting to ask this too. Not only with the discus part, because Patricia says they can live with discus. This is the important part. I was thinking of keeping shrimp with my discus tank, but everyone's telling me, I'm not discus tank. Well, my betta tanks. But everyone tell me the bettas will eat the shrimp. Is that true? I know, bettas, like most fish, will eat anything they can fit in their mouths. But, the shrimp is pretty big. I guess you could pick a shrimp to death. But let me know if you guys know the answer to that question there. Okay. See, Caleb says Caleb is CMPI 82. He's currently keeping his betta with Cadupu, Neon, Green Rasboras, Galaxy Rasboras, Sturby, Brokey, Corys, Mystery Snails, Autos, and a few Amano shrimps. And also another question while I'm asking about the shrimp. If you keep if you keep the betta in a community tank, and we know that they swim very well, what happens during feeding time? That's another question. What if everyone gets the food before the betta does, or does a betta keep up with eating with everyone else? Planet heavy, and the shrimps will have a better chance. Okay, so it's all about giving places to hide for the shrimp. The betta will eat shrimp fry, but not the actual shrimp unless it's super aggressive. Got it. All right, cool. So see, there's a betta in the office, and it's kept by the chief of staff, and she sits up front. She has a betta, one of those little tiny 1-gallon thing, and I told her you shouldn't keep it in there, blah blah. But I don't really force my opinion on people, even though I'm like, oh, you shouldn't keep the betta in that kind of environment. There's no filter on, there's no heater on it. But then since I set up the office thing, she's like, can we put him in the office tank? I go, we should be able to if we're planning on keeping the fish that we plan on getting. So I'm thinking about doing that, but I want to make sure that it can be done with discus. It's going to be tetras in there. There's going to be corys in there and plecos, danios, and SAEs. Okay, so that's already the stock that I'm looking at for that tank. So from the sound of it, I could keep the betta in there. I'm just worried that it's not going to get enough to eat if it's fighting over food with everyone else. If your betta's aggressive, they'll definitely eat him. Well, I guess, I'll have to find out. It's going to be, the arena tank. Betta versus shrimp, right? Guess you won't know until you try it. Okay, so what about zebra Daniels and mosquito fish? That's a good question because I think I'm putting Daniels into that office tank. I think mosquito fish should be okay. They're small enough, and not fin nippers, right? I don't remember if mosquito fishes are. I don't know. Zebra Daniels shouldn't bother the betta. They only chase each other around. That's true. It depends on what kind of betta you have. For example, half moon bettas swim much slower compared to the placats. So consider that when picking out which fish fish you'll keep with them. Okay, so Jenny makes a good point. If the bigger, more flowy fins they have, the slower they swim. So I think he'll do okay in the office tank. I'll see. If not, I'll fish him out somehow. It's a 75-gallon tank with lots of places to hide. Caleb says, I kept my bettas with guppies and he would chase them all the time, but it's so slow that none of my guppies have nipped fins. My betta is very personable and I love training him to follow my hand and then feeding him. Aww. Hey Kane, how you doing, buddy? Daniels is okay. Daniels will be fine. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you for answering those questions there, and hopefully that will help anyone else out to ask those same questions. We're going to move on to myths, and again, a lot of people brought this up. Here's some of the myths I found. They love tiny spaces. That's why they're always in those cups that they sell them in. It's okay to keep them in those cups. It's okay to keep them in small little less than 1 gallon tanks, or contraptions. I wouldn't even call them tanks, and stuff like that. That is a myth. Okay, just because they live in large kind of puddles or drainage ditches or stuff like that doesn't mean that they enjoy small space. Anything that with more space is better, especially in an aquarium environment, and that's just common sense. Basically, because if something goes wrong in a bigger tank, it takes longer to go wrong in. Okay, so the bigger the tank, the better. More room for bettas. Bettas do love to swim. Okay, they swim up and down streams all the time, so don't let that misconception get in the way. It's just that. It's just common sense. Keeping a fish in a cup is stupid. Keeping a goldfish in a cup is stupid. So keeping a betta fish in a cup is just as stupid. All right, so don't fall into that trap where you go into a fish store, and you gotta remember a lot of these fish stores, big box fish stores, let's just say. I don't know about local fish stores. It depends on the local fish store itself. But you know, their job is to sell you fish, and they don't always give you the right information. Most of the time, they probably won't give you the right information. And you won't know until you get home and you look up YouTube or look up articles and realize, oh, I'm just stuck with the fish now. What do I do? Okay? So absolutely do not put your betta in the cup that it came with. Okay? At least 2.5 gallons. Okay? Better 5 gallons. Bigger, the better. Okay? Beyond that. All right? So again, we know that a lot of people. Thanks for the super chat, Jenny. Thanks again for a lot of people out there. Just make sure you do your research. Don't keep any fish in such a small enclosed space. It's just not good for them. Again, even in a cup, all that ammonia is going to build up really quick. You're going to have to keep changing the water all the time. And if anyone tells you don't need to change the water, when keeping a betta is full of crap too. Okay? So don't forget that. Alright? You don't have to clean the tank. That is actually the next myth. You do have to clean the tank. Alright? And just because they could live in an environment where it is muddy because of the floods and all that stuff doesn't mean they like it. I mean, you could live in your bathroom and never flush the toilet. You'll survive for a while. Doesn't mean you like it. So they don't like the shit that they build up. I'm pretty sure you don't like the shit you build up in your toilet, right? So clean your damn tanks, okay? And sorry for cussing, but that's just something I have to get out there. I really hate when people say that. Second of all, also depending really on the ambient temperature you keep in the room. If your room's always going to be at the temperature where it's comfortable for the betta, you probably won't need a heater, okay? But you have to be sure that that's going to happen. That's always going to be at that temperature. Okay? If not, get a heater. A small little Betta heater for a small 5-gallon, 2.5 to 5-gallon tank is really actually cheap. It's small, it's little, it's tiny, and it keeps the tank warm. So bettas do need heat. They don't live in cold waters, okay? As I said earlier, 76 degrees to 80 degrees, around there, okay? Bettas will do fine in echo vases. Okay, this is really stupid. Okay, and this is a gimmick, and you guys have to understand it's gimmick. It's like those stupid ads on Facebook that you see where it says, oh, buy this beautiful dress, and you buy it, and it's just a piece of cloth or what have you. Same thing. It is a gimmick, all right? You cannot keep a betta or goldfish or any fish for that matter in a vase with a plant and expect it to filter the water at the same time as feeding the fish its roots. Okay, that is so stupid, all right? And if you fall for it, I'm sorry. I don't care if you're new. You're stupid. I have to say that, all right? I have to get that out there. That is really, really dumb. Okay, that is a huge myth. Do not do that. Do not buy a vase. Do not put a plant in it and then just assume that you don't need to clean the water and that you don't have to feed your fish. Okay? Fourth myth is that they don't live long. They do live long. Some people think they only live a couple months and then you go out and buy another one. Really good way to have fish stores sell you fish, right? Simply tell you, oh, they only live for a couple months, so when it dies, just come back and get another one. Great way to make money, right? But it's the wrong thing because bettas do live, again, 3 to 4 years, sometimes even longer if you keep them well. If you keep them to keep the tank well cleaned and take really good care of them. And that goes for any fish, okay? Any plants for that matter, in fact, too. All right, fifth myth, they don't need heaters. Again, I already mentioned this. Really depends. Ambient temperature in the room, if it's always going to be the same at the right temperatures, then you're okay. If not, buy a small little Betta heater or a small tank heater. They're cheap. There's no excuse for not buying a heater. Myth, small containers make them feel safe. I don't know where you get that from. I don't know which Betta you asked. If, hey, does small containers make you feel safe? I don't know who asked the Betta that. Actually came with that answer. And yeah, I'm not sure who had the ability to read Betta minds and, you know, said, do you feel safe in smaller spaces? Now, I'm not sure that's absolutely correct, okay? I don't think that's correct at all. But what they do feel safe is if you plant plants, get plastic plants or whatever, give them places to hide, that will make them feel safe. That would make any fish feel safe, honestly, okay? So that's just not a Betta thing. All right, and the final thing I have listed down here is Betta can't be kept with other fish, which we already mentioned. Yes, they can, just not with each other, and just not with, you know, fish that will nip at the fins. Because remember, they have flowy fins. Okay, so that is the list of myths I have. All right, what do you guys, any suggestions or anything you guys have in the chat? Please present them now. I would like to hear about them. I'm sure someone else would like to hear about them when they're watching this video. Oakley, haha, you're stupid. My mother-in-law totally did this. Oh my gosh, really? That's funny. Bettas do fine with hard water. Clean the water once a week. Okay. Good tip there. Plant note on the roots will actually grow too much. Your betta can't reach the surface to asphyxiate. Oh, that is a good point there, Caleb. CMPI 82 says that the note on the plant roots will actually grow. So if it grows too much, then your betta won't be able to get the surface to breathe. And you got to remember, bettas breathe through the air. Okay, not just the oxygen in the water. And of course, if there's a plant capped on that vase opening, there's not going to be much oxygen getting into the air in the vase and into the water. So thus, you're going to suffocate and murder your fish. Murder your fish. You understand? You're going to murder your fish. I'm just playing to, you know, to the crowd, right? Okay, let's see here. Flow. They do not like flow. Thank you. Below the surface flow. Read that they do not like flow. So if you do set up a Betta tank and you have a filter on it, one good filter would be sponge filters because they don't create flow or much flow at all. If you do have something like a hang-on back filter, you could minimize the flow by putting piece of sponge at the outflow so that the water flows over the sponge and into the tank. So remember that. You could also buy sponges that do fit in some outflows tanks, depending on what kind of tank you set up. Don't buy, oh, and Jenny makes a good point, and this is just for any aquariums. Do not buy any preset temperature heaters. I despise those. I bought one once and I was like, what is this? I cannot adjust the temperature on my heater. It's the stupidest thing I ever heard. Okay, second, they break. Okay, I've heard that they break really easily, so don't do that. Get a heater that's adjustable. See, we already mentioned that, John Bear. Bettas can stay in the cup forever. No, they do not. Put them in a tank, dang it. Anything 2.5 or bigger. 5 bigger. 10 even better. Right? Some bettas use the fake plastic hammock. Some don't. That's why I highly recommend using live plants with big leaves. Oh, that's true too. If you're a plant tank enthusiast, I like using Anubis. Alright, that would be great perching. Because bettas perch. They love to perch. If they have nothing perch, they're just going to perch on the gravel. And it makes them look sad. I don't like a sad betta. Give them a plant with big leaves. Anubias is really good. Okay, first of all, bettas don't like high lighting. So you might gonna have to keep a low lighted tank and keep low lighted requirements on the plants, which Anubias is great for. And they have nice broad leaves. So your betta could perch on top of it. So that's what I would suggest for your betta, for plants for your betta. Is Anubias. And it's really easy. Anubias is so easy. Let's see here. That wasn't my point, that preset heater thing. That was actually, I saw that coming from Jenny. But she makes a very good point. Oh, you guys keep saying plastic hammocks. What is this? What is a plastic hammock? Excuse I guess my ignorance in the betta community, but what is a plastic hammock? You literally buy a little hammock for your betta fish? That's very gimmicky. Just buy them Anubias. That's too funny. Ryo's in the house. Hello, how you doing, Ryo? Floating plants like dwarf waterless is great too. They love hiding in the roots. Oh, that's a good point too. Muddy Yogi says that plants like dwarf water lettuce or whatever has floating down roots is good because they like hiding in those roots. The little system of roots. Bleh. A plastic leaf with a suction cup. Oh my gosh. Why does that sound so cheesy? That sounds cheesy. Now I gotta look it up. I literally have to look that up. A leaf with a suction cup. Alright. Okay, maybe I don't want to look that up. That's scary. See, the final section I was to talk about is breeding. And seeing the time, it's already 40 minutes. I guess we go through it. Now, breeding, betta fish, I was looking this up. I was so fascinated. And I'm not a breeder. No, I don't like breeding fish. I'm not into it. I mean, I find it interesting because I used to be in the discus, so I understand kind of how they breed. And it's really interesting reading about it or watching it happen when I go to a breeder and take a look at the process. But breeding for bettas is really interesting. Okay, so first of all, they suggest you buy from a reputable breeder. Okay, mainly because you want the information about the genetic and age of the fish that you're getting. So this is kind of like, I was reading this and I was just like, okay, this is like dog breeding or cat breeding, you know, like purebred breeding, where you want to buy from a reputable breeder. That's pretty neat. They breed best when they're young, 4 to 12 months. Okay, and then when choosing out a male, you want to pick a vibrant, active male, so that he should have a lot of energy. Okay, if he's lackluster, then the female will think it's sick and something's wrong with them, so she would not want to mate with him. Coloration is important. It seems like mainly from research, and they actually have research on this, is that mainly red has a better chance. Red males have a better chance to attract a mate than any other color, which is kind of interesting. Make sure that you get a male with healthy fins. Do not show that there's anything wrong with the fins. If it's ragged or anything, it shows the female that it has, because strong fins shows the female that it has a strong immune system and that they're successful foragers. So I guess that's important to female bettas. Okay, so you got to pick a strong specimen of a male to mate. And this is so weird talking like this, but that's what they suggest. So breeding conditions, when you first get them, let them settle in for a month. So keep that in mind when you get the when you buy the mating pair, depending on what age they are. So give it a month to let them settle in. You know, we're keeping them in different tanks. Okay, and then you just want to set up the breeding tank itself, a third tank, itself in a private place. The easiest way is to separate the tank with glass. Okay, but you could also kind of, they have these breeding vases or something. I'm not exactly sure how that works. You kind of just put them face to face, and then that one I didn't get into. What I was more interested in was breeding them in the tank. You want to split the tank in half with a piece of glass. Okay, something that you could, you know, kind of hide the glass so they can't see each other from two different sides of the tank. Okay, you want to set up that breeding tank in a private place. Fill up to 3 to 5 inches. Okay, because when the fry finally hatches, they need to be able to get to the surface to breathe. Okay, use a sponge filter and an air pump. Okay, so nothing with any major flows. Use a heater because you want to keep the water at that certain temperature. I think it's 80 degrees. You want to add an almond leaf or styrofoam cup for them to build a nest on, for them to breed on. Okay. Get moss for hiding place for the fries. Once you set up the breeding tank, let it go for 24 hours. Make sure it gets up to 80 degrees. Okay, and then make sure the tank is divided with the glass. Then first what you do is introduce the female on her side and let her get used to her surroundings. And then you will introduce the male on his side. Okay, and when they see each other, what happens is he's going to darken and he's going to start flaring. Okay, that's him doing the show. He's showing off to the female, saying, hey, I want to mate, I want to mate. After the hour of the show, you should start building a bubble nest, and he'll dart back and forth between the female and the nest, building the nest to show off and stuff. Okay, and then let this go for leave it. They suggest leaving it overnight, separate it overnight, and to keep going that way. And then I guess the next day, release the female. What she'll do is go check out the nest, and then they'll do this chasing around kind of thing, and she'll keep testing the nest, checking the nest to make sure that the nest was built correctly and solid or what have you. And then make sure you also keep the tank covered to keep the humidity in the tank going. And then in the next 2 to 6 hours, they'll start to chase around each other, bite at each other, and that's more the biting part. Okay, and the female will keep checking the nest. Okay, it's just kind of this dance, this ritual thing. And then when she's ready to spawn, they'll start doing this dance where the male wraps himself around her, and then it's really cool. I saw a video on it. If you have not seen a video on this, look it up. It is very interesting. Okay, it's really kind of pretty, the dance. Okay, and then she'll start dropping eggs, and then when that happens, the male will start picking them up and putting it into the bubble nest. Okay, and now when the female releases her eggs, she'll kind of get zombied out. Okay, and just start floating on her side and stuff, so she'll look dead, but she's not. She'll recover from it. Okay, so the whole thing is you gotta watch this. Okay, when it seems like they're done, you want to recover the female, put her somewhere else. Okay, but sometimes she does help the male move the eggs. The reason why you want to move her, or at least keep watch on her, if she starts eating the eggs, then you gotta move her. Okay, either way, you should remove the female afterwards because the male will start getting aggressive. Okay, towards her. Okay, then over the next 24 to 36 hours, the male will attend to the eggs. He'll mouth them, and then he'll start moving them around in bubbles or adding more bubbles. He might build a new nest to move the eggs around. This is so fascinating. Most of the time, he will guard them and look bored. But first time dads might eat the eggs or fry if they aren't properly fertilized. Okay, so that's something you keep in mind. But this is actually something I'm really tempted to try because it just seems so interesting. And so when the fries hatch, they wiggle around and they might follow their bubble. If that happens, the dad will pick them up and put them back in the bubble. Okay, and he'll start darting around the tank, make sure there's no stragglers or anything. That's really cool. You know, there's no deadbeat dads in this world here. Not that my dad was deadbeat. He wasn't. All right, just saying. When they are free swimming, remove the male and feed the fry small brine shrimp, microworms, vinegar eels, or infusia. I think Simply Betta has a video on what she feeds her fry, and that's really interesting because she feeds them in stages. So that's one thing. Look up Betta Fry Foods on her channel, and she actually gets into it. And she tells you how to culture the food too, you know, other than hatching brine shrimp. But she tells you how to, you know, culture microworms and vinegar eels and infusion and all that stuff. So that's really cool. So on the breeding side, anyone have any comments or anything? And make sure you got to remember my mods, some of them have channels, check them out. Thank you for those links, guys, to help anyone else out. Pat, thanks for the $5. Happy Friday night, Chief. Thank you, Pat. You are awesome. Love you, man. Can Angelo sometimes... Okay, so they're talking to each other. Now, it's really interesting. Watch the chat, guys, because they are really helping each other out. They're talking, discussing between each other. JH. Hey, nice to see you there, buddy. JH Aquatics in the house. I like to use square bubble wrap on the surface, not that I use real almond leaf. Oh, okay. So he uses the square of a bubble wrap on the surface for them to build the bubble nest on too. So that works too. Nice. Jenny says, make sure you prepare the male and female betta before breeding process, which means feeding more live foods. Oh, I so missed that. I had the notes, but thank you, Jenny, for picking that up. Feeding more live foods like bloodworms and brine shrimp. The reason why is that live foods, especially for the male, it brightens up his colors and stuff. It actually saturates his colors. If for all you graphic artists out there, you know what I mean. Do this for a week. Oh, Jenny says do this for a week on the feeding part. All right. John Bear says she kind of faints. Yeah. So when she drops her egg, she'll kind of faint. All right, but she'll recover from it. Don't freak out. Feed the fry. Okay, Patricia says feed the fry first bites, then live baby brine. Feed the fry first bites. First bites is, I guess, the name of the food. I'm not sure. I think that's what she means. Yes, like how Life Food Fish says that's how Gouramis do it. Yep. Let's do it like how the bettas do it. I don't know what I'm singing here. Never mind. Who's insulting people in chat? Jenny, stop insulting people in the chat. Are you insulting people in the chat? Bad girl. Oh yeah, I love Simply Betta. She's a really good... She really has all this whole system of betta set up. It's really cool. Live foods are also primes. Live foods also primes the female. Most of the fish, the Loach guy says, the most of the fish that eat bread wait about a week before feeding baby brine unless they're big chicklets. Okay. Like butter, betta butter, for sure. All right, first bites is the food. Oh, you didn't insult anyone? Okay, I don't know why someone said that you insult someone. Maybe I just read it wrong. I didn't believe it in the first place. How in the world would I can't see Jenny insulting anyone. That's the crazy part of it. Maybe I can insult people, but you know, hey, it's my live stream, so I'll insult if I want to. 2.45 gallon marine tank, betta or shrimp? Both. How's that? Unless you get a betta that eats a shrimp, then you'll have a UFC fight there going in your water, in your tank. I don't know why your links aren't working, John Bear. Can't tell. But anyways, thank you guys. That is the betta rundown. And I think some of these guys have been talking about the betta as well. I'm talking about it, so... Sorry, I've been talking too much. So for those of you who are tuning in, make sure you are watching that chat box. I think on my screen as well as YouTube will roll the chat as it goes. So there's valuable information, usually a lot about what I'm talking about in the live chat. They'll talk about as well with each other. So because I can't catch everyone's questions. So I'll always have you back, Jenny. The saltwater box? Not yet. But you know, that's a nice little niche. When I get my saltwater tank up, I guess that video will start with the saltwater box. Oh, good. Good point. Patricia says feeding the fry egg yolk works too. But yeah. So we'll go to the free discussion now. I'm all cool with that. If you guys have questions or anything other than beta, I'm here. I'm pretty sure if anyone has been watching just for the beta information, they're gone by now. And I guess it's not very interesting to see me sit here reading chat. And unfortunately, I do get caught up in chat sometimes. You know? So yeah. So anything else going on with your fish tank, guys? Oh, how you doing, D? D's in the house down the wormhole. By the way, guys, shout out to her channel as well. She has a fun channel. Check her out. Now, I believe Life with Fish said that her snake's about to shed. How do you know when your snake's about to shed? Does she like shake? You know, or something, you know, like doing the shake before she just sheds. Yes, you can split your nubius into plants, assuming that your nubius rhizome is long enough. Okay, you want to cut the nubius rhizome in between where the two nubs are, where they connect. Cut it there. Okay, but that's assuming if your nubius plant is large enough. Okay, if it's small, don't split it. Oh, okay. It wasn't you, Jenny. It was me insulting people because I was calling people stupid because they believed that the vase with the plant thing keeps any fish alive. Here's what I'll do. If anyone believes that, I will take a outhouse, okay, those porta potties, stick them in it, and stick a big old tree on top and let the roots grow in, and you let me know if that's comfortable and if that's feeding you enough, okay? Hey, what's up, Fish Nerd Vlogs? I got to mod you there, buddy. I thought I already added you as a moderator. What's up with that? Wow, it is mod night. All my mods are in today. Nice. Hey, Jenny, didn't you say you had to go? I thought you said you had to go, Jenny. I did not want to keep you up. It wasn't required for you to be here, you know, but thank you. In an attempt to start removing that skin color will fade. Oh, okay. So it looked like she's got this film, this transparent film on the snake. I take it. Good Lord, I want to have nightmares about the porta potty. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. That's going to be a video. I just don't know where I'm going to get a porta potty. And I'm not going to stick myself in a porta potty with the tree on top. I'm going to call my friend and stick him in a porta potty. No, Jenny, you are local to me, right? You want to do a porta potty video? Oh, she says she doesn't want to leave now. But now that I want to like recruit her to do a porta potty video, she might just double think on that one. Yeah, I hate the plant vase thing too. I don't know where they get it from. You know, all these gimmicky things out there, it really sucks. You know, they're cheating people out of their money and also giving really, really bad information. I'm gonna watch it while I shop for grocery. Like right now? Jenny's gotta go? Does she have to go? But the stream's almost over anyways, Jenny. We have 5 minutes to go, and I'm taking last question, basically taking last questions if there are any. By the way, I hope this stream is fun. Let me know if you want to do school me in more live chats, because I want to kind of get this thing where I want to get you guys more involved, so that way you guys know next time that when I bring up a topic and it says school me in the ways of, right, that you guys will like, oh, if it's a topic you guys already know, want to jump in on it, get ready to give your opinions and stuff, as well as answer any other people's questions in the chat. So yeah, let me know if you like this kind of format here. Live with Fish, I need to learn how to make good channel art. The water box. Ah, well, let's figure it out. I'll help you out with that. If you don't know how to do the graphic stuff, I'll help you out. A 10-gallon vase thing. Photos of what real beta planners look like. Oh, there you go. Actually, someone did suggest me doing a challenge, which is build a tank and share the progress of your tank, and I will, and you send me the pictures, and I will highlight it in, you know, a video, a highlight video, which I think is a good idea, but people's got to get involved, and people's got to keep it going. So we'll see what happens. Chung friends beware. If he calls, he's gonna be stick you in porta. It's true. I've had them done weirder stuff before. Seriously, if you look on my Wargaming channel, there are some really weird videos I made of things that I made them do just to make a funny video. So I need to school you and people. I need people to school me and people up first. They're really cool. I never kept them before. I read up on them a little, but you know, maybe that could be the next school me on. You know, I'll do the basic research, and then everyone will come in and help me out and teach people. Fisher Vlogs, I got a question. When we throwing hands, Chung, you're going down. Oh yeah, me and Fish. Oh, you guys gotta like spread this among the fish fam. Fishner Vlog wants to fight me. All right, we're gonna have a boxing match, guys. All right. I don't remember. Was it me that challenged you first, or you challenged me? I don't know. I said, you know, it was something about how to get a bigger channel, and we decided that we're going to fight each other. We're going to literally have a boxing match and beat each other up. So, you don't like the potty idea, Jenny? Aw. Well, bummer. But anyways, spread that around. The fight, the biggest fight in your life, in the aquatic community. Me versus Fishner Vlogs. I'm going to get my butt kicked. That guy, he's like, what are you, 16? He's 16. So run circles around me. I walk down the stairs and I'm like, oh, I can't do this anymore. Okay, see, I was curious about herpes-like virus. I've noticed that seems to commonly affect betta fish. Lymphocystis. JH. Okay, does anyone help JH out here? I cannot even pronounce this disease. So if anyone has any advice for JH on the virus or whatever he's got going on his betta. Is there a cure for MTS? No, there is no cure for MTS. You're pretty much effed. Sorry, buddy. You just got to buy more tanks. As John Bear says, buy more tanks. That will cure your MTS. 23 stages of water change, yeah. Oh, Oakley still wants to see Master Chung. That's coming soon. I just have to get up the courage to be that stupid again, because I feel stupid when I get up and get into that character. But I do have all the scenes and stuff planned out. A couple of scenes actually were suggested from people on live chat, which live chat and comments on my videos, which they don't know they did. Okay, that's the fun part. Is that I was getting all these ideas, you know, when we're doing funny things, talk about funny things about the aquarium hobby, about what Master Chung would do with it, you know, kind of thing, how he would teach that technique, kind of thing. So. Yeah, the Cobra. That's one of them. You know, it's the Cobra. Yeah, you were there, Oakley, right? Or was it you that suggested? I thought it was someone else who suggested the Cobra. Let's do the potty thing. Do it for the views. Yeah, but I wasn't going to throw myself in the potty. I was going to throw you in the potty. But that's horrible. Hi, Lumpy. Someone said hi, Lumpy. Oh, there he is. Hi, Lumpy dog. Lumpy is in the house. I'm not sure what that question is to Caleb there. Do it for the views. That's usually what it is. Some people go, hey, what are you doing? Well, we're doing it for the views. It makes absolutely no sense. Hey, what's up, Justin in the house? H2O Plants. Check out this guy's website. If you need to buy plants, I'm telling you, this guy has awesome plants. He packages his stuff really well. So make sure you get in there. And if you're looking for plants, check him out. He'll take good care of you. Just tell him that I sent you, and he'll take extra good care of you. Well, he better. If not, you let me know, and I'll go and kick his butt. I don't know what's with all this butt kicking here in this all of a sudden. I have to fight Fishner Vlog. Now I'm going to fight Justin if he doesn't give good service. Good customer service. You know? So sales, what okay for, okay. That's really cool. I love you guys. I love watching you guys, you know, interact with each other. And it really, I love this. And guys, again, thank you for joining me. Don't forget to, you know, subscribe and like and all that stuff and whatever. You know the story. Also, my mods, great mods. They help me out in the live chats as well as on the Facebook group. Which, if you guys haven't already, one of them will link that link right now, and then you could join up. And they also have their own channel sometimes. So make sure you click their little icon thingy, the little blips, and check out their channel. Justin says he doesn't fight, he escapes. Oh no, escape off. We gotta do escape off one day. That'd be interesting. I don't know if I could do it, but that would be. I've never been in escape off. We gotta do escape off. For the views, Justin, for the views. Yes, this chat has gone in the potty, but that's okay. It was the end of the chat anyways. I've gone through the beta stuff. All the beta info's out. So now we're just going to kick it and discuss and have fun. Yeah, if any of you guys, any of my mods, go ahead and link Justin's H2O plant site. Please do that. I don't think Justin was here for the porta potty talk. So Oakley is saying that if he gives bad customer service, he gets sent to the porta potty for views. That would be funny. A live cam setup. Every time he gets poor, if anyone has does a boo boo, you know, exploding rocks, not cycling your tank with a fish or something like that, we sent him to the porta potty. You may even win a t-shirt. Like and subscribe. Speaking of which, I gotta contact the last people that won t-shirts so I get their address. Hi, Brad White. Welcome to the chat. What's up, Alpha Fish Tank people? Alpha Aquariums? What's your take on Repashy worth it? I've never used it, so I can't really comment on it. But I know a few people in the chat has used Repashy, so they'll be able to give you a better review on that. Lumpy Dog, escape off. He only has one move, Guppy Grass. There you go, man. You got new... Oh, you're doing pond plants now? Nice. All right, check that out. Did you do a video on your pond plants there, Justin? Ice cream. You want ice cream? It was all about... I'm not understanding that question, but it was pretty much just about bettas in general. That part's already passed, but if you have any questions, go ahead and ask it, because there's a lot of betta people in this chat right now that can help you out. Who did win the t-shirt? You got to go look at the last live chat. I did the drawing on the live chat I don't remember the names exactly. I have to go back. I have to go to my list. It's downstairs. Oh, actually, it's right here, I think. Oh, no, I took it downstairs, damn it. Oh, no, I have it right here. Nick Mo, want a shirt? Juan 2, The Watcher, and Mark Osborne. Oh, which Mark's here? That's why you were saying that. I was wondering, what the heck is he talking about? I'm like, subscribe, and then your free shirt? I'm like, I think he's hinting at something. Because he reminded me I need to contact these people and send them a shirt. Yeah, what was last week's live chat? I think it was with, it was Fish Nerd Vlog. He was my guest host. And we just basically babbled. Okay, Jenny, have a nice time. Thank you for joining chat. Thank you for modding. You didn't have to. I know you had to go, but you didn't. And yeah, get food. I don't want you to starve. Yeah, pretty subtle, Mark. Pretty subtle. In actuality, Mark, why don't you just go ahead? Are we friends on Facebook? If not, just go ahead and send me a message on my YouTube channel. Okay, if you know how to do that, just give me your address and your email address. And if you're in the U.S., you don't need to give me your phone number. If you're outside of the U.S., I think you need to give me your phone number. Okay. Hi, Sharon. Thank you for joining. You just came on the last half of the chat. Do you have a web store to buy your merch? Yeah, it's actually linked. If you go to the water box... Oh, there you go. Patricia linked it to buy the shirts. You can also go to my website, thewaterboxaqua.com, and there's a link there. Oh, yeah. It's probably Splendid then. I guess General Betta Splendid. I forgot that they did that. I was reading it yesterday when I was researching. I was like, why does the Splenda or Splendid or whatever keep coming up? Oh, okay, Mark, you don't do Facebook? Okay. So just, do you know the message on YouTube? Actually, let me just go and do it now. Well, I can't do it now. I'm on live chat. I don't want to kill the stream by accident. I'll go ahead and make sure can I do it from here? Actually, I might be able to do it from here. Or not, because you don't have it turned on, I don't think. Yeah, for some reason, I guess you didn't put in your email address or something. It won't let me message you. So go ahead and message me on Facebook. What you do is go to the About Me page on my channel page. Go to that tab and you should be able to either email me or send me a Facebook message. The problem is that's the only way I know it's you. You know what I'm saying? Jenny, why do you keep putting me super chats? Love you. Have fun. Go get food. Go get food, girl. Eat. You need to eat. Life of Fish, okay, gotta go 3 a.m. Well, thank you for joining us. Check out her channel, guys. Life with Fish. You can see all her pets. Got tons of pets. She's gonna do a pond soon. So make sure you check that out. You're cutting your own hair and listening to the stream? Seriously? We get to have our fight next week? Why? Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know how we're going to fight in a chat, but just to plug, next week on a live chat, we have JH Aquatics. He will be joining me as my guest host, and we're going to get brackish. Okay? If you don't know what that means, we're going to talk about brackish tanks, brackish setups. So JH is going to school us on that. So it's going to be really cool. So if you're ever interested in brackish tanks or black tanks and biospheres, black biosphere tanks, tune in. Make sure you tune in and stuff. I gotta pimp these live shows a lot better. All right, thanks, Justin. Thanks for joining me, buddy. You're awesome, bro. All right, so we are now overrunning in 10 minutes, by 10 minutes. So thank you for joining me, guys. Love you guys. It was been fun. I hope you like this format. Let me know if you guys want to know more. I'm not sure what we're going to do next on. I think maybe pea puffers. I don't know, in a couple weeks, because someone mentioned that. So maybe we will do that. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, I love you, Dog, on the unsubscribe thing. It could be just YouTube dumping empty subs or empty accounts, and that happens once in a while. Okay. Yeah. Next Friday is brackish. JH is going to talk about brackish because he's into brackish tanks. So I wanted to get a topic that he's really good at. I don't know much about brackish tanks, but that's why I have him on as a guest host. Peace and chicken grease, everyone. Good words, good wise words from the Loach guy. But be sure to check out his channel, by the way, too. Okay, love you guys. Remember, like, subscribe, leave a comment down. If you have any questions, do that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys. If I could just pull this up and just say bye-bye.